Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are rejoining the Assakaros 1 mission as it is preparing to make another flyby of Jupiter's moon of Ganymede. Of course, KSP being a little fickle with whether or not we're actually going to have this encounter. Of course we will. It's pretty impossible not to, but it will not let me plot the node to see how much delta V we would have to spend in order to achieve orbit on this flyby. And based on what the telemetry looked like in the brief moments where KSP would actually think this flyby was going to happen, I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that we can. So I did set up Flight Computer to radio in a few times during this pass, seeing if maybe we could get a couple of new biomes here or there. Now, just to achieve orbit, we're looking at about 800 meters per second. We can get into a nice, low, tight orbit for about 1300, which leaves us with about 1 kilometer per second left in our orbital stage that we can use to start our descent onto the planet's surface, which I think is well within tolerance, considering we've got like 2400 meters per second in the probe. So I was vastly underestimating with our available delta V in previous episodes. So here we are coming up on our initial approach. We'll get ourselves turned into the node. We're about 7 minutes out, and according to Mech Jeb, we can displace 2.3 kilometers per second in 8 minutes 22 seconds. So I'll just be using the thrusters to adjust our periapsis a little higher. We're coming in at about 17 kilometers. We've bumped that up to 18 on our previous flybys. It looked like the discrepancy between radar or altitude actual up top and our real altitude is about 10 kilometers, but slow down the footage now. We're going to light the engine, so I will turn you on over to old me. Alright, there's engine light. Thrust to weight ratio 2.28. And according to this, we should be able to run through this node in about 6 minutes. I don't think we'll be burning the whole thing, but, you know, maybe. We are going to come in quite low. 18 kilometers off the deck is our listed periapsis. So really, I think that gives us about a 10 kilometer breathing room, but that hill up ahead of us looks a little troublesome. Oh boy. I hope I haven't doomed us. So we'll just we'll angle up a little above the node, see if we can't get a little more altitude on that periapsis figure. I mean, 10 kilometers is a nice buffer zone. I think right now we've got maybe 8 kilometers or so, give or take. Not entirely sure. Alright, Flight Computer. We got 3 more radio ins. Did I really schedule all of those that close together? I guess I did. Maybe not thinking. Almost dead on to periapsis. Good for me. It's about time I got something right for this this mission. Alright, up to just a little bit of angle, up to about 19 kilometers on our periapsis. We're just going to ride that out. I think we're clear of this hill coming up ahead of us. Doesn't look too dangerous. But oh, the things we do for the Oberth effect. I mean, actually it looks like it wouldn't be too hard to find a nice, safe landing zone here. Maybe? I don't know, some of these valleys are a little treacherous, but it looks like for the most part, it wouldn't be too hard. That's perfect. Danger close. Alright, 42 seconds from our radio in. I think we're good and clear. 56 seconds from our node, 50 seconds from periapsis actual. Yeah, there's the danger hill. 6 kilometers off the deck. Whew. Oh boy. That's that'll wake you up in the morning. It is very desolately pretty, I have to say. 9 kilometers, still descending technically, but that hill is falling away. Here's our radio in. 67.5 science. Another 90 science for temperature scan. Radio that one in. Biological sample, we'll have to reset that one. Geiger counter, another 90 science. Hey, there's camera change and capture. Micrometeorite, we can reset that. Gravity scan, 75 science. Not paying attention to altitude, maybe I should be. Atmospheric pressure scan near Ganymede, not biome specific. You can reset that. Magnetometer, telemetry analysis. Both yielding nothing, unfortunately. Yeah, 10 kilometers off the deck. That seems to be our discrepancy. Oh, not quite captured, huh? Okay then. There it is. Captured. 500 more meters per second to pull us into a nice tight orbit. Maybe we'll kill it a little before that. Looks like we're on our way up. 45 seconds past the node. No big deal. Ooh. Well, I think we know our buffer zone, but still, getting that low, I do worry that some of these terrain features might be a bit more than 9 kilometers higher than that. I mean, maybe, give or take. I mean, it looks real smooth from way high up, but it's real not smooth, so likelihood of anything being a lot taller than what our absolute minimum here is probably not great. Alright, another 200 or so meters per second. We'll see if we can't kill it right at a kilometer or so left in the tank. We are certainly safe from hitting any terrain features at this point. Just kind of debating how much fuel I want to save in this stage versus not. Maybe we can hit more than one biome. Alright, there's shutdown. 2 point some odd million, and what would it take to adjust this up? The answer is next to nothing, unfortunately, and with capture we can now start trying to scrape off a couple more biomes, but in the meantime we're going to unlock all the fuel tanks here on our lander just to have them ready to go. 2.2 kilometers per second actually, and this was really where I had actually intended on leaving the episode, but it would have been entirely too short, so we'll just take a very small intermission here to admire the view before I switch into what would have been the next episode. But lucky you, you get it now. I did have to walk away from the computer for a little bit. I did make a very small correction to raise our periapsis up to 23 kilometers, which will scrape us about 13 kilometers above the surface at periapsis, just to buy myself a little breathing room, some insurance really. And we're going to go ahead and set up flight computer to radio in things at about 10-minute intervals for our next flyby, just to see if we can't, like I said before, scrape up a few more biomes of science before we separate the lander, or before we try to make our descent. Unfortunately, first pass here yields absolutely nothing. We're high over Ganymede's highlands and then cryovolcanic ice. We seem to be just barely missing one or two new, interesting, unique biomes, although we will scrape some things from the lowlands. But anyway, I'm going to turn you over to old me for live commentary. 2 minutes out, and we are danger close, 13 kilometers off the deck, and we still got another minute and a half to fall. We did make an RCS correction up at our periapsis, or apoapsis, sorry, to raise this up a bit, because it was making me quite nervous. But yeah, too bad we're not going to land here. This actually looks like it wouldn't be that hard to find a decent landing site somewhere in these gentle hills. 8 kilometers off the deck, 1 minute to go. It'll take us 3 minutes to burn off 1.1 kilometers per second. Maybe I did not correct enough. I think I did. We only got down to about 6 kilometers last time. We were a full 10 kilometers lower, so maybe we just did all right. Okay, let's ullage in our AJ-10. Ullage. Light. Solid light there. And just to make sure things stay above board. Forgot about that. Go. Good. Periapsis is also climbing, which is nice. Let's go ahead and watch that apogee fall. All right, 183 by 23. Not bad. A little bit overrun. We still have 855 meters per second, totaling 2 minutes and 24 seconds of runtime. That's going to be real interesting to program in for our landing. Very interesting indeed. Do we have any more radio ins coming up here? Yeah, just one in about 12 minutes, where we'll probably not be over the highlands. Oh, 7-8 kilometers. Wow. Yeah. Danger close. At least we're going back up. Although some of these hills we may have bumped into at some point. But I think next pass we're going to go ahead and make our landing approach. Over Ganymede's craters. Look at that. And reset the biological sample. Oh, look. What? No connection. Where are the rest of my radio ins? Oh, no. Did I hit keep and not transmit on a whole bunch of stuff, and I just hit a hard to hit? Alright, well, we got to get around the other side where we have a connection again. Wow, that was dumb. Alright, connection established. Quite disappointed with myself. Review. Alright then. Where are we? Oh man, did we make a whole lap? We're gonna come around to our periapsis again? Uh-oh. It's in 35 minutes. Let's set up a radio in for that. Okay, well, guess we're taking another lap then. Okay. Signal delay reset. Let's cross our fingers that we don't clip anything this run. F5 for a quick save. Oh no. I am really dumb. I had the signal delay set up for all of... Wow. So we're going to do a whole bunch of looking at our stuff that's not biome specific. Good job. Excellent work. Reset. Fast forward. 10 minutes into the future. Reset. We're going to repeat this process a whole lot because I'm real dumb. And here's another biome we would have gotten too. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's just get out to our apoapsis and not come in so stupid danger close. 24 meters per second brings us to a respectable altitude, and that is in 4 minutes. Alright. Let's get angled into the node here and ullage our engine. Might as well. Shut down. Solid. Alright. Now we can take an orbit and radio in all the stuff that we have from like 2 orbits ago. We have connection. Good. Atmo pressure scan. Reset. Geiger counter. Transmit. Bingo. Temp scan. Transmit. Alright. Gravity scan. Transmit. Anything else in there? Magnetometer. About 5 seconds. Reset. Totes worth it. Alright, so we're gonna basically take another lap and do it again. It's 34 minutes, so we'll go for 45 mic toggle. Every 10 minutes or so seemed to work. Okay, let's see if this doesn't net us any actual profit. The predictable answer here is no. Even with some decent spacing, we seem to only get the radio in commands when we are over biomes we have already hit before, and the only experiment pulling any results is our biological sample that we would like to save for surface experimentation. So, way to go me on completely screwing this one up. Anyway, old me. Alright. I think we're going to shoot for like this area here and hope that these are 2 separate biomes. So that will be our landing plan. You know, fingers crossed and such. So we're going to try to tighten up this node a little bit and give ourselves some breathing room for when we have acquired signal, and then try to get a basic figure on what landing will cost. Alright, we're going to get ourselves on approach, and then we're going to set up flight computer to jettison our orbit stage when we are on approach. Ooh. Yeah, went the wrong way. That figures. Alright, good enough. We need to establish connection. Well, we can set up flight computer. Alright, the node is in 39 minutes. Can we set our delay for, say, 41 mic? Connection error. It's no. Come on, connect, 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 connect. Earth should be right over there. Connected. What is our signal delay? 34 minutes. We're going to move the node. And for the opposite ends of these flats that are obviously not going to be flat. So thanks to my own grievous oversight, we need to adjust this node a little further out to accommodate for signal delay so that we can appropriately separate our orbital stage on a collision course, which is probably not legit contamination or something, and get the rest of our fuel tanks unlocked and flight computer programmed in. So now our landing site has been chosen quite at random. We basically have a very defined time on when that stage will separate, and it behooves us greatly for it to be empty when it is. So with the node approaching, we'll get ourselves aimed in and get ourselves ready to light this engine and prepare for our initial descent. Okay, so in 51 some odd seconds, we'll be 2 minutes 26 away from our orbiter stage jettison. It should take 2 minutes and 15 seconds to burn all the fuel that it has, which is about half of what we need to slow down for a landing. Coming in over Ganymede's cryovolcanic ice. Not exactly where I wanted to plot this landing, but we've been kind of dictated by signal delay and what parts of the moon are available to us for direct signal from Earth. So about 15 seconds from now, we're going to fire in our engine. It looks to be perfectly ullaged, but we'll give it a couple of bumps anyway, just to make sure. Hopefully that'll buy us some time. Maddie, please don't eat that. Sorry, we have a co-pilot again now, who's otherwise being absolutely excellent at her radio ops job here. Alright, well, how much time we got? 2 minutes 19, ullage, and ignition. Good light. Alright, and let's have computer faces to retrograde. We are minus a binky. Alright, Maddie, we're going in. This is it. The world's eyes are upon us. I know, it's very exciting. Does not look good for a solid landing site, unfortunately. Does look very good for our view of Earth. It's Mars, Venus, Mercury, Earth. We're over there. Fantastic. Oh man, the decouple is going to be very, very close. Minute 3, minute 1. We're like a couple of tenths of a second ahead of our decouple. So let's speed up the process just a bit. Oh, actually, thrusters would have bled from all tanks, huh? No, that one's full, so yeah, tell me they're taking from the very large tank. And not... yeah, figures. I don't have the hands free to make that happen, unfortunately. So, all we can do is wait. Our decoupler will go, I guess our 2 kilonewton thrusters now will stage in a 3.25 GWR on that lander. That is absolutely fantastic. 2, 1, 0, flame out. Staging. Alright, we are free of our empty stage. Let's check our electrical. No, we do have a draw. 3 engines online, just waiting on number 4 and our gear extension. 4 engines online. Gear deploy successful. Thank God. Throttle up. Awesome. Current speed 1.05 kilometers per second. Actual altitude 41 kilometers. We can probably kill this engine and coast for a bit. Let's see where we're ending up here. Ooh, yes. Now that we have an accurate depiction of our runtime, says that burn will take 3 minutes 24 seconds. So let's And that is a 40-kilometer altitude. Let's run the line down here. See what altitudes we can get. That's still 11 kilometers, which by radar almost puts us in the dirt. 53 minutes from now? No. Oh no, that is in 3 minutes and some change. So realistically, it says we got 5 minutes of runtime on these engines. So yeah, I guess we're returning to full throttle. Honest to God, as much thrust to weight ratio as we have, that just seems... No. Say honestly, we can put out 2 kilometers per second in 5 minutes, so we should be able to do 1 kilometer per second in like, I don't know, 2 minutes? We're gonna write it in. What do you think, Copilot? Alright, throttle up. Retro. And let's just go for landing. That looks like a good spot. Oh, we have no roll authority. That was an oversight. .500 meters per second, well, 580 meters per second, 10 kilometers actual, 22 on the radar, or on the not radar. Looks like we're coming into this hill at quite a speed. So let's try to buy us some time. We got fuel to spare. Come on. Oh boy. Clear the hill. .350 meters per second, 4 kilometers actual. Rate of descent does not... Well, starting to pick back up. .250 meters per second. And okay, this is where it gets real. .200 meters per second, 2.6 kilometers altitude. We are climbing. 150 coming into full stop. Engine shutdown, 76 meters per second, 3.05 kilometers altitude. Let's land on top of the hill. 1.033 kilometers per second left in the tank. TWR 4.85. Wow. I think I'm going to try to buy us a little distance, get us a little closer to the peak of this hill. We got the fuel. Let's go ahead and pick our landing site. I think that magnetometer boom is kind of throwing things off for us a little bit. It's just going to become more accentuated as we get lighter and lighter. 2.8 kilometers actual. How far do we have to go on this? Not very. Just find a nice spot to set down. It's as good as place as any. Ganymede's cryovolcanic ice. Let's go ahead and bring her in. Alright, canceling out our horizontal velocity. 1.4 kilometers radar. Oh, magnetometer boom, making things interesting. Alright, take us home. 1 kilometer actual. $500 meters. 300 meters. I know, kiddo, I know. 100 meters. 50 meters. Oops. Little much, little much. 25 meters. Touchdown. Yes! Hooah! With 682 meters per second left in the tank. Hallelujah. Oh, and look at that. Nice and flat. We're not even going anywhere. Good. Oh, wait. Is that empty? Empty, empty. That has fuel in it. We'll lock those. This must still have all the fuels in it locked as well. Hooah! We have landed on Ganymede. Systems look good. We have signal. Let's go ahead and collect a radio in. 34 minutes for that signal to get through, and then we can get the real science. Alright, here we go. Biological sample. Oh wait, we'll let it all come in. Hydrogen scan, 180 science. Nice. Transmit. Check. Magnetometer scan, 150. Check. Temp scan, 180. Check. Geiger counter, another 180. Check. Seismic scan. Man, if only we could recover that. 600 science. Jeez. We'll have to settle for 270. Check. Another 150 from gravity scan. Atmo pressure scan, give us another 180. Biological sample, 90 science, because, well, we can't recover it for 300, unfortunately. Transmit. Come on. Check. 180 for laser. I'm dropping things. Sorry. Surface laser scan, 180 science. Check, and that's a full complement, I think. I don't remember seeing telemetry. Did we get telemetry? Oh, we have a telemetry stuck in here. That's excellent. I wonder if we have anything else that's stuck. Oh, okay. Looking good. And I think we actually have enough DV in this thing maybe to hit another biome. So let's jump out to the map view real quick. We'll bring up Mech Jeb. Landing guidance. Pick target on a map. We are at the cryovolcanic ice. Let's just draw some concentric circles here. See if maybe... No. I think that might be as far away as we can actually go. It's all cryovolcanic ice. Dang it. Actually landed with enough fuel to go someplace else. Oh, there's the highlands way over there. And the lowlands. Oh, that would have been a much better landing site. Dang it. Oh, tectonic deformation. That's when we actually didn't get from orbit. I don't know if we can make a jump that far. So we'll let that hang out for now. We'll have to think about it. We've only got about 800 meters per second or so. I guess we'll see what we can do with like 3 up and then leave 5 for landing. I'm not that good at the suicide burns and stuff. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.